Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, Tom Mods Things, and today we're going to be drilling holes in my Porsche Cayman. Right, so general plan today is going to be to fit up the at least one side of the Pandem kit. So I'm going to be getting it all repositioned because I've been using the car over the week, so I've got to take all the tape off from the last video. And then once it's all positioned, I'm going to start drilling some holes in the side. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Probably not going to cut the arches just yet. I'm going to leave that just until kind of I've got all the sealant and stuff all sorted, and I'm missing some riv nuts to be able to potentially do the other side. So that's that. So anyway, so I'm going to get it all sort of positioned back on the car again, and I'll see you in a sec. Alright, so this is it, kind of as I'm lining it up at the moment on this edge, all taped up. I've taken out the side intake, basically so I can get behind and get it all bolted up. I haven't got enough riv nuts with me today, so I'm going to just bolt it, normal nuts and bolts straight through for this sort of area anyway. Access around here, I don't know how I'll do it in the arch. I'll probably take the rear lights out. But anyway, so I'm going to go and drill this hole now, and then catch you with a hole in the side of my car. Right, there we have it. First one's in, all screwed through, all fixed on now. So now what I can start to do is move all this stuff around, get it all in position, drill the next hole, and then it will kind of all start to tie itself in and pull itself against the body. And as soon as that's done, I can basically start to sand down some of these edges to make them a little bit smoother. I need to tie this underneath as well, so I need to get the car up. Alright, there we have it, got two in, one up top as it comes round, one down here, so I can kind of just fix it, I think, at the front. And then what I can do is then just start to really push and force this against the car to get it to form itself around the rear arch. And again, same deal when it gets to rear bumper. At the moment it's far away, but if you just kind of tie it all in, and as soon as you put a bit of pressure on all the points, then suddenly it all starts to line up with the body of the car. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fly around this now and get it all fixed up. I think I'm probably going to have to remove this rear light so that I can get some access under here to put some nuts up. As I say, because I haven't got any riv nuts at the moment, so I'm just going to do that now. Right, this is really starting to come together quite nicely at the moment. It seems like every single bolt that's getting put on at the moment is tying everything in, and whereas before with the fiberglass panels, because they were so big, they were really quite flexible. Now with them on the car, and then kind of at least got quite a few of the fixings on, they're absolutely rigid and solid. So I'm just going to flick it around and show you what's going on. So yeah, what we've got these panels on here, shaking them around. Got to fix in this bottom edge still, got to try and get it in on the arch somewhere. Fix it in down here. I don't know, I might have to make a little bracket for it. I've been half tempted really to actually slice this all off, and I still might do it, to be honest. Just here, you see it. So rather than it come in on itself, it kind of does more of a straight down trajectory, and then filling in the gap afterwards, because then what that'll allow me to do is properly jack the car up, and the wheels will sort of droop. So I think I'll probably do that after, and just start to take this line down and then cut it all out, and it'll give me some more room to jack it up and sort out the bits underneath. Still need to do the rear. As you can see, it's still a bit off once you pull it inboard, like so. Tie it right in with the rear of the arch on here, and it will look really smart. Then the skirts all kind of lined up, and I've done a couple of the fixings now on the front. Tied it in with a small gap sort of around the outside of this, so it's all nice and uniform. And then as it comes down, I wanted to sit it just in front, so it kind of nicely follows the line up around here as well. There's been a few different ones. I was looking on the internet of what other people have done. Some people have brought all this all the way forward, some have pushed it all the way back. It seems like it's down to personal preference and how it fits with this up here. Some people go right up to the edge. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to have like a little bit of a gap all the way around, and it seemed like this kit was kind of where that looked like it wanted to be. And then round with the front, if we just turn the brightness up a bit, yeah, so I've got it just down here into the bumper line so it matches up perfectly. And then as you can see, if you go all the way down here, there's a couple that are missing still, which I'm just about to do, but it goes all the way along, and the gapping, as soon as this gets pushed in as well, will be perfect all the way along, and as I say, with a little bit of bead down there. So yeah, so really coming together at the moment on this side. Still early days, so I think I'm probably going to be able to get both sides done unless the other side is totally awful. So what I'll probably do is I will add a couple of more fixings on the side skirts, tie the two pieces here in together because they're separated at the moment, do the final fixings on this side, the final ones on the rear of that, or I might leave the rear ones on that just for the moment until I cut this front edge, and then after that then we can start to piece everything back together again and take it outside for a look. Right, so I'm going to show you quickly the thing that I was talking about on the rear, where if you jack up the car it interferes with the kit. So you can see I've jacked it up ever so slightly, it gets really quite close. See, it's now rubbing on the tyre, so the plan is to basically take the trajectory of this and just come all the way down flat. Right, there we go, so I've managed to sort out this area here, as you can see. Just crude cut at the moment, but I'm going to fill it in afterwards, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the piece that I've cut and I'm going to trim basically this front face all the way off, so it becomes like a capping piece, and then basically I'll flatten all of this area off and then essentially use this same piece but capped straight over the top, and then it will allow for the car to be jacked up and down. Job jobbed. Right, just to quickly show what I'm doing here, so this is the fender now off the car, as you can see, Swiss cheese with the old holes everywhere. As I say, I'll be cutting the arch out as soon as I get some new wheels, so for the moment it's just going to stay like this. It'll look a bit silly, but it's a project in it, so apologies for the noise. Right, so what I've done is I've chopped this whole section out to rather than have it so that it kind of swoops back, it's going to have more of a straight down effect to allow me to the wheels, when you jack it up, they don't interfere with it. So what I've done is I've chopped out that section, I've then trimmed all that edge to make it sort of a flat capping piece, and then it's got a little bit of bow in it. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm just waiting for this epoxy to dry around here, and then I'll apply some more around here with a little bit of a clamp just to join those two pieces together, and then I'll do some filler and stuff around the front to get it all nice and smooth, sand it off, and then it will kind of look as if it was always meant to be like that. So just going to go and do that now. Right, so this is how this is looking now. Just applied some fiberglass, clamped it all up, just waiting for it to go off really before I can start pulling it off. So there's a couple of cracks, which I showed on earlier videos, around this area where it just been a little bit damaged in transport, so I've just repaired it a little bit by putting some more strengthening fiberglass behind it. So just going to wait for this to go off, get it back on the car, swivel the car around and do the other side. Right, so we can have a look at the rear arch that I've just finished up and mounted back on. So if you can remember from previously, it kind of came back here to about here, so when you jack the car up, the wheel's going to go down, and so it's going to end up interfering with the tyre. So I chopped it off, sliced all the way back down, and then rebonded and re-fiberglassed this piece back in place, but sort of more of a vertical angle. Probably needs to be a bit more sanding and stuff. I think right at this bottom edge is probably going to ever so slightly hit there, but I don't think it looks too bad, to be honest. On there, looks pretty good. So anyway, so that's it for this side now, so I'm going to flip it round and you'll catch me when I finish the other side. Right guys, so you'll notice that I'm actually wearing some different clothes today because we are the day after the start of this video, so we're now Sunday, and I've just managed to finish the car off. It took me a little bit longer than expected. Second side required a little bit more work, which I'll show. There's going to be some tweaking, let's say, to get it to fit properly, but I'll spin it around and show you what it is. Right, so here we go. So the other side's now all fitted up. As I just mentioned, areas where I'm going to need to do some real work here. I couldn't get this. Forgive the wrap, obviously it's sitting slightly below that, so I'm going to have to get the whole side redone, which is going to be that, but hey ho. But basically this side I couldn't get it to tie in properly no matter where I sort of positioned everything. Also going to need to do a tiny bit of work on this area here just to bring it back in line. Front all matches up, so that's absolutely fine. I thought this was an easier thing to adjust than the whole front piece on this. The front actually is really pretty good, to be honest, all the way along. Once the seal goes in, it's going to take out some of the imperfections of where the things are sitting. But I think pieces like this one here, if it will zoom in, it's ever so slightly off, but what I can do is I can just shave down just in this area and it will sit flush. Same with this one down here. If it'll focus in on it, just make it out that there's this gap. There we go, in between. So anyway, so that'll tie it all in, and then the seal over the top will be pretty good. The rear is going to require, I think, probably the most work on getting this consistent all the way through. Everything sits on great, but then in areas like this, for example, if I sort of just start to move the camera along, you'll see there in particular, and then it goes quite thick all the way along, so where it sort of transitions all the way through, I'm going to have to just rework this edge. You can kind of see it there where it just sort of dips in. So I'll just rework that to make sure it's all good. But then all the way around the back, same thing on the other side, absolutely fine. Did the work on this front bit again, just to make it straight down rather than curl under, to take out the need to take the fenders off to jack the car up or put it on blocks or whatever. So so that's all good. This area all matches pretty well. So yeah. So anyways, that's it for now. I'll probably chuck a couple of pictures at the end where I'll take it out and I'll take some photos of it just to see what it looks like in the daylight. Could be terrible. The light in here might be beneficial to it. So yeah, so if you want to follow the build and stuff, feel free to follow the channel. Give it a little subscribe and a like, and then you can keep updated on all the progress. Hopefully it'll go quite quickly now that the kit's actually on. It's, as I say, it's like the little stuff now, which hopefully won't take too long, but we'll see. So anyway, cheers everyone for watching. I'll see you on the next one. So goodbye. Alright, just pulled it outside, thought I'd show a quick video of it. Looks absolutely awesome. Look at that girthage on the front and back. Once some wheels and some loads are sorted on this, it's going to be absolutely mental. This shows you the addition left and right.